Hey peeps, this is Mike. This is a review for Bionicle Mask of Light with my cuz and bro.
What's up? Because this year marks its 20th anniversary. It was released on September 16th, 2003 to VHS and DVD. Bionicle is a past Lego franchise, part of the Technic line, and it had a whole mythology behind it.
Yes, books, comics.
And this was the first of 4 movies. So we had revisited it. And it was just as nostalgic to us then as it is now.
What I thought, and yes, it was cool revisiting it. We watched it twice too, higher quality in the second, because we watched it on the VHS, and that was really cool with the VHS.
Seeing it on the VHS again.
It is kind of basic, the story of good versus evil. Compared to the lore is more complex.
To mention that because this is set at a specific time in the overall series.
Yes.
There's a lot of background.
Yeah, especially with the supporting characters. So you gotta have some prior knowledge
to know.
Definitely. There's already a lot of established dynamics that they just throw you into.
Specifically with the main heroes.
Yeah, the Toho.
The animation's not bad for a direct-to-video.
Obviously, it doesn't hold up to today's standards.
No,
but for
Pixar.
But when
or
you
DreamWorks. It was kind of on par with Pixar and DreamWorks at the time.
But yeah, when you put it into the context of when it came out, it holds up for what it is, like a direct-to-video.
And then noticing the second time we watched it in the higher quality, I noticed the little scuff marks and scratches on the mask and
the armor.
There's good attention to detail. Obviously, they don't look accurate to what they look like.
Yeah, they had to change with.
But
they give them hands because the models didn't really have hand pieces at the time.
It's a decent compromise.
You can tell who's who if you're familiar with it.
Really get the bioorganic thing going on with the machine and organic bits.
And you get hints of the organic, around the chest.
It's cool stuff. They keep a lot of the imagery from the source material.
Voice acting is pretty good.
Yeah.
That standard kind of voice actors you hear around that time.
If you dug deep enough.
Yeah.
It's not really big names, but
voices recognized.
Good visual humor.
There's some funny gags there.
Some good gags. It's not all serious.
No.
The background's gorgeous.
Yes, and the music too is great.
I think those two are definitely objectively the best stuff.
The atmosphere, it gets your attention.
Mm-hmm.
The main characters, Takua and Jala, who are on the quest to search for the 7th Toa when they find the Mask of Light. This 7th Toa is the Toa of Light. You get a sense that they're dynamic, they're friends, but they are a little opposite. Jala is more of the dutiful one, and Takua is the free spirit, looking for his own adventure.
There is a bit of redundancy because they go to a Toa and then on their journey, they go to one and then they leave and then go to one.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle of that. And we
Yeah.
see at least half of the Toa in the beginning of the film. And then the other 3 are at those intervals. But that's their way of establishing for those unfamiliar with who's who amongst the Toa.
They did a decent enough job of getting the characterization down and getting their deal, but I wish there could have been a bit more time to them.
Yes, and maybe a bit more using their powers too.
And their tools, because you barely see Anua, the Toa of Earth's tools in there. You see everybody else use theirs, but you only see Anua holding his tools. You don't see him use them.
No.
Especially with the models, their tools had double functions, so we see a lot of the double functions. Like Tahu with his swords being a lava board, and with Leiwa using his swords as glider wings. You have your villain, Makuta, in this, is typical dark villain. He's a lot more complex in the deeper parts of the mythos.
While
He's not incredibly well written.
all the scenes with him
Are pretty well done visually.
Visually, yes.
Visually, yes.
It's pretty good.
I like the shadows and the green lighting.
And the fog.
Yeah, they nail the atmosphere for sure.
Yes. Atmospheric, definitely.
These minions, the Rakshi, are really cool to look at. They got the designs pretty down on them.
And that too, the detail with Rakshi.
All the grime on their armor.
is a cool detail. Another cool visual when frozen in the ice when they go in that one part, and then they're under their water and the arms sticking out.
And then it's slowly getting frozen by Kopaka's ice power.
It's a cool visual because they're walking away and the arms sticking out.
Yeah.
That was a standout shot for sure.
The fight scenes are pretty decent.
Yeah.
They don't. They're pretty fast paced. They don't drag or nothing.
No.
Overall, the movie is pretty fast paced. Fast paced plus a short runtime, so it doesn't feel like any time really has passed.
It's interesting. A year later, in 2004, when they showed it on the Tsunami block, they had an alternate ending.
Okay.
This alternate ending actually was a little teaser for the second movie.
Oh.
Bionicle 2 Legends of Metro Nui. And that 20th anniversary is next year.
Yes, we'll definitely do a video on that together.
Little heads up though, the second and third movie, the chronology of all four movies is a little all over the place because the second and third movies are actually prequels.
And then the fourth
Yeah.
is such a jump in
From
time from the
there was
first movie. Yeah.
Because there were like 3 years of story that came out between 2005 and 2009. Overall, it's it's one of those movies that it may not be for everyone, but it's a good run.
It's entertaining. It's decent.
As far as straight to video movies go,
If you have nostalgia for the brand, it's probably might as well
It's
rewatch
definitely
it.
better than
have
some of
some
those
fun with it.
those Disney direct-to-video
sequels.
Yeah.
Or prequels in a few cases there. Interestingly, because when the video DVD came out, it was Buena Vista, and alongside Miramax produced the movie, but Buena Vista, which is owned by Disney, released it. So it's kind of funny because I remember the ShopRite flyers advertise it as Disney's Bionicle mascot.
Oh, imagine that. Musicals.
There would be a musical number if that were the
Yeah.
case. If that were truly
I could not see that. Yeah, them doing musicals not working. No.
Kudo song.
Makuda Matata. Oh man.
Oh my god.
It's pretty awesome though.
Yeah, especially if someone's a fan and then it's finally something up on screen that's really cool. And seeing that in motion.
Some of the downsides of the movie. One particular thing is that Jalo repeatedly saying Takua's
His
name.
name, yeah.
Takua!
Yeah.
We counted how many times, right?
We did a game, and how many times?
Jalo saying Takua's name.
Takua's name.
14 times. And 10 of those are like in the first 8 or so minutes.
It's ridiculous.
It's nuts.
Really? You could have written it differently.
That character specifically has a really, he has a way of getting getting great, and
Yeah.
that voice.
One thing to notice, another thing with the designs of the characters, up until we first saw the movie, never anticipated them showing them having mouths.
No.
Because if you looked at the models, with the mask, they don't really have mouths.
Kind of like a liberty they had to take for the sake of being able to express.
And there is good expression.
Good expressions.
With
Yes.
the eyebrows and facial.
Yeah, pretty expressive for
For the Legos.
for basing off toy models.
One of the Lego movies before the Lego movie. Pretty dang cool. Nothing lags.
No, nothing really.
Nothing lags the movie, but there's some stuff where it's did that? Why do they have that there? A Tahoe bit where it cut by the
Poison.
Double poison.
The other one, the anger one, it makes it worse.
Resolving that was pretty quick. I was like, they were building that up to be a huge thing.
Kind of whimpered.
Put some healing water on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the swords on him and cover him in water.
Oh, it was fun to draw with the bear.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna finish what I started.
He pulls out a friggin' spear.
Oh yeah,
Spirit,
going
like-
back to Jalo just being terrifying. It's his creepy voice, his annoying voice, and then he just pulls out a knife.
Pulls it up.
I'm gonna finish this off with this bear off.
Honestly, I was like, wait a minute, you and Ash Bear have no wrong quarrel.
Jalo the psycho.
Yes. And bear meat tonight. Yeah. We're gonna have bear meat tonight, boys. Yeah.
Cook. Yeah. Ooh, Ash Bear.
Yeah. It's free on YouTube.
Look for the channel
Sure.
Bionicle Animation Archive. Check it out if you've never seen it.
If you don't have any prior
Knowledge or care for the brand, this night might not be your thing at all.
It's not for everyone. If you're curious about the mythos, or if you remember it well, give it a go.
Worth a watch. Yeah.
Just as a little
Yeah.
piece of history of that brand. For
I'm
sure.
also happy they didn't go with the original idea. They wanted to put a live action with a kid in
A
it.
kid
It
going-
basically gets isekai'd into the world of...
No.
I'm glad
Thank
they.
goodness they didn't.
I'm glad they stuck it in the world.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Recommend it. Watch it for free on YouTube. Give it check it out. It's not that long either.
74 minutes. Pretty short movie.
It's short and the pacing's quick. It doesn't even feel like time went by. So if you're at all interested, just give it a watch. No commitment really.
On an odd day.
A rainy day.
A rainy day movie.
Have a good day.
You peeps have a good one. Like and subscribe for more of these videos. I'm on Patreon. You can send requests for movie review requests on there or support the channel. It's like $3 a month. I'm selling merchandise too. You can get that. You can get a t-shirt and coffee mug online.
Stay
creative.